Hey, welcome back. I'm so excited to make this video for you. So I went live on my ads about a week ago. I've spent $513.97 on my sales campaign, and I could not be more shocked by the results. Like, I am so surprised. So I'm gonna share with you exactly what's been happening, how much money I've made, all of my targeting setups, my ad creatives, my landing page, all of it. But before we get into that, I'll quickly explain my products. And then I also wanna tell you like what I was planning would happen, like what I thought would happen. So my courses, I have two courses. One focuses on helping you get Meta Ads live in under 2 hours. It has from like account setup to audiences, how to build them out step by step. It has ad creative templates, even video templates. So it's pretty robust. And then my second course is about getting you from your ads being live to actually profitable and making you money, ready to scale. So those two courses, they're both $47. And then I combine them into a bundle that's called Complete Meta Ads. And that, instead of being $94, is actually discounted all the way to $59. And I did that on purpose because I want it to be like that no-brainer offer. So those are my products. And what I thought would happen, what I literally planned on my P&L, is that at the end of 90 days, I wanted to be able to lose only 40 cents for every dollar that I spent. So I really thought that I would lose money on these courses. And my monetization strategy was to then build out more courses and also higher ticket products, like maybe a membership or some higher ticket coaching, and make money that way. So this was really just to let people get their feet wet with me. I wanted to bring massive value to my customers and then for them to be ready and willing to buy future products from me. So let's dive in and look at what I set up. This is through today. So let's just zoom back to the day that I started, which was March 29th. I set up two campaigns. This one actually wasn't live yet. I set it live a couple of days later. So this is my sales campaign that I set up. I set up one audience. I set up an interest-based audience because I don't really have any pixel data here. I don't have a strong Instagram following. I have like 1,300 followers. So I don't have a lot of data. I had to go with interest. And then I set up a lot of different ads. And technically for this budget, this is way too many ads, but I wanted to just have a balls against the wall strategy, kind of see what was sticking. So these are 3 different static image ads. We can like actually look at a couple of these real quick. This one stuck between live ads and profitable ads. Like I can pick this apart, like literally the spacing here isn't right. You know, this probably should be a little bit bigger. I don't know. But the ad copy is pretty good. I wrote some decent ad copy. You can go check out my live ads anytime you want on Ads Library. But that's one of my ads. And then I had a couple of more like this one, all pretty much the same thing. And then I had a couple, I was like, oh, but I really want to run video. Like I know it's so important, but I didn't have good videos. So I'd actually made, like my video editors had made me a few YouTube shorts from these YouTube videos I've been filming. And they're not well scripted because it's basically just spicing up some of my YouTube content. But I thought these videos are good enough to where I can launch them. I know the algorithm likes that. So I launched a couple kind of random videos for the product. But I launched those. And then at the last minute, like I decided to set that at $80 a day. And then at the last minute, I decided to set up this lead generation campaign because I was a little bit curious, like, I wonder what leads are gonna do. I had built this lead magnet like literally over a year ago. And so I thought, yeah, maybe I'll just try this. So I started running the lead generation campaign, and actually like in the first 3 days, let's look at the results, first 3 days, let's say through Monday, I started getting quite a lot of leads. And you can't see it in the data, but like this started just going, the cost per lead started going down, down, down. And by, let's say, I think it was like Wednesday, let's see. Yeah, this was at $2.87. So it was just like dropping, dropping, dropping. I was really excited by it. And you can see that there's a purchase here, but this hadn't come in yet. So whenever I was, you know, looking at these results, like through April 1st, I just saw these leads and then there were no sales and I'd spent $155. And even though whenever I looked at the individual ads here, like none of these ads had spent that much. Like this one's $70. All of this would have been probably in green zone, maybe yellow zone. If if you don't know my zones framework, that's how I build out my goal setting. I actually teach that in my second course, Make Money with Meta Ads. So if you're curious about that, you can check that out. But this would have been in like a really nice zone for me goals wise. And so I thought I should keep spending on this. But at the same time, I thought I have a limited budget and the leads campaign is working really well. And I know over time, if I build a lead list, that's gonna have compound impact. I'm gonna be able to keep monetizing that. Like, it makes a lot of sense. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna start scaling this campaign and turn off my sales campaign. So I did that. And I started scaling this. This started at $20 a day. So you can see I scaled it 2 different days because I did by 20%, 2 different days. I got it up to $28.80. And then this sale posted in that you saw here. And you know, that looks really great, the $24 cost per purchase, because the campaign was actually off whenever this sale posted in. So then I thought about it and I thought, oh my God, like, okay, I got a sale. And I tried to check out, like, you know, where it had come from. And it did come from this ad that had spent the most. So if we zoom out a little bit to the second, it came, you know, an $84 cost per purchase. That's like within my goals pretty much, right? So I thought, well, that's pretty exciting. And maybe if these other ads had spent that much, they would also be getting purchases. So I decided to turn the campaign back on. And I thought, that's so silly. It's like a rookie mistake to be turning my campaigns off and on. But I thought, whatever, you know, it's hard to make these decisions in the moment. And then I got curious. I went to Samcart and I looked at who had bought my course, and it turns out 2 different people had bought my course, and it just hadn't tracked back to my ads. And I have not posted anything up to the point of me making this video. I haven't done a single organic post. You know, again, I have my 1,300 followers anyways. Like, nobody has heard about my courses other than my very best friends and then anybody who are seeing these ads. So I'm pretty confident all of my purchases are coming from here. And so I got 2 purchases. So then I really started getting pretty excited. And fast forward to today, even though it looks like I only have 4 purchases that are tracking back to my sales, I actually have 8. So when you look at, and all 8 people bought my $59 product, so I've driven $472 of revenue for $544 of spend. And this also includes a few days where another mistake happened. When I saw one of the people who had purchased, I noticed the amount that they had purchased for was $153. I thought, I don't have a product for that amount. And I was doing some math and I realized that it had charged this person for both courses individually and then also the bundle price. And this was a setup error on my part. So I had to refund and I fixed some of the pricing, and then it turns out that it was also wrong pricing. So I basically went through like 2 to 3 days of just the pricing being a mess. People weren't getting their courses, and I've been like really trying to figure this out with support from Samcart, and I even posted a job on Upwork to try to find an expert to help me figure out. It should be so simple, you know, I literally have 2 courses and then have a bundle, but it's not as simple. So I can't imagine how many people probably came to my Samcart page, realized the pricing was off, and didn't purchase. I have at least probably 2 to 3 more purchases if that pricing had been correct. So imagine, based on that, I'm literally break even to profitable on these campaigns. And today, for example, I am totally profitable. I've hit like a 1.4x ROAS today. So I think I've had 3 purchases. I have to check because this one it either posted in a little bit late or it's one of the 2. But basically, you know, 2 purchases, $118. I spent $111, but that's including the lead generation spend. So if I do it just based on this sales campaign, $118, and I've spent $73. So that's just incredible. Really, really excited about that. So let's talk about my audience targeting. I'm not going to share the exact keywords because it could create quite a lot of competition for me. But basically, I've layered these interest audiences 3 different times. So the top layer has business owner type keywords, entrepreneurship. It has business influencers in it. It has a couple of authors of business-focused books. So it's my business set of keywords. And I have 7 to 8 keywords in that section. Then I narrow that and I'm putting in some social media keywords. So people who are interested in social media. And then I narrowed it again and put people who are interested in online learning. So there are 3 sections of my audience that actually makes it very targeted and is working like a charm. I'm running basically the same audience on both my sales and my leads campaign and my top of funnel video views campaign, which I'll tell you about here in a second. But basically I'm running, the same audience. I think the leads campaign, I added in a few extra keywords on that top layer. And this was really just my first go at just trying to think of some audience targeting that could work. So it's very interesting that already out of the gate, without any testing, this is working so well. And then I want to show you guys this video views audience. So I really believe in getting top of funnel traffic. I believe in cold traffic and I believe in investing in that. So I set up this video views audience, again, the same interest audience, and I just took my 2 videos that I'm running on my other campaign and I set them live here. So the goal of these is not anything other than just people who are watching my video. I have 1,494 through plays, and eventually I can set up a lookalike or a retargeting audience on people who have viewed this video. But that's not really my main goal. My main goal is to give the algorithm a cheaper option. You can see that I've barely spent anything here. Like today, I'm spending $20 a day to get tons and tons of views. You can see here I have almost 10,000 views. So this is a really good way to train the algorithm. The algorithm needs to figure out who is going to be engaging with this content. And so it's not just to get top of funnel traffic or to build audiences, but it's also to help the algorithm learn who my people are. So I'm happy to invest in that, and I'll keep you guys posted on how that goes. So lastly, what are my next steps? Well, my number 1 next step is to develop an email campaign that I can send to these people because I don't have one. I wasn't even planning to set that live, so I don't have an email sequence. I haven't even emailed these people one time. So got to figure that out. I'm also sending them to a landing page where they can download the lead magnet immediately, and I need to send that lead magnet via email so that I get that initial open rate. That's important for the email platform to get that signal that these are people opening the initial email for the double opt-in. So that is on my list next. I also am going to be filming some better videos for this guy, my sales campaign, and really I want just clean data. I need 1 week of super clean data here where my pricing's right, the course is being delivered, and I don't turn off my ads or touch anything. I just need really clean data. But once I get that week of data, I've got to launch new ads because that's something that I preach in my courses, I preach in my content. You have got to align your strategy with the platform strategy, and their strategy is to keep people happy on the platform all the time with new content. So you have to align your strategy with theirs and always be presenting some new options for the algorithm to work with. So I will be sharing with you guys results. Once I start emailing my leads, for example, I'll share how that compares to my sales campaign. I'll also share how the next 7 days of data goes. Does this just keep heating up and heating up? I start making more and more money, or does it kind of fall off? How are my ads doing? Are there certain ads doing better than others? You can't really tell now, maybe this one's doing better, but the cost per purchase is pretty bad. So it has spent the most. So maybe people are resonating with it the most. Who knows? There's not really good data at this point, but I'm going to be sharing all of that with you guys in my next video. So thank you for watching this. If there's anything else I left out, please comment below. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. If you enjoyed this video and you want to keep following along, go ahead and hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.